Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great most honorable well, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of Yahweh Shai. And pretty much this lesson is going to be surrounding idols, man. False idols and idol worship. Now, I came across a little video, which I'm going to play a clip of in a second. Okay. And, got me thinking about the fact that, these nations, these different nations worship these idols. Okay. And, our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is a living power. Okay. He created the heavens and the earth. He's in the spiritual realm. He exists. Okay. And, a lot of people in this day and age, they just worship idols, man. Okay. And that can be anything. That can be different idols. You got people worshiping ancient idols. You got different religions that are, portrayed in idols. You got, like the major one in the world is, Serapis Christus. Okay. People, when people got that image, of Cesare in their mind when they worship, the Lord Yahweh Shai, that what they're thinking about is Cesare. Okay, when they're thinking about that image of Serapis. And there's actually a head of a statue of Serapis Christus in down in London. There's a museum. I think it may be called the Museum of London, if I'm not mistaken. I went there once or twice, and they actually had a head of Serapis Christus there. That's an idol that people worship, man. Okay. And it was a cult based on, one of the sons, one of the Ptolemies, one of the sons of the Ptolemies that was exalted pretty much as a deity to be worshipped. Okay. And there's scriptures that go into that, so I'm going to go into that in this lesson. But the main point is that our power is a living power, man. Okay. Up in the heavens right now existed, not, who created the heavens and the earth, not no, idol of men's hands, of men's imaginations. The Lord was before all of that. Okay, the Lord created us. So let me start with a scripture and I will go into it. This is Psalms chapter 96, verse 4. It says, "For the Lord is great, Yahweh Shai, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens." And when we know whom we worship, man. We worship Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay. But you got people out there that are worshiping these different deities, and you got demonic spirits attached to different things, and the scriptures say you know not what you worship. Okay, but we know because what salvation is of the Jews. All right, because Yahweh Shai has revealed himself unto his people. Okay, the Israelites. And that's what we're doing today. When we go on the highways and byways, when we do these lessons, we're introducing, we're ambassadors for Yahweh Shai. We're proclaiming and exalting that name, because that's the living power, true God, for you to understand, When people think of God, they've got all these different things in their mind. No, we praise Yahweh Shai. It says, "For all the gods in the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens." All right, these idols didn't make the heavens. They didn't, create all these realms and the earth and all of that. They didn't do all that. Okay, that's attributed to Yahweh Shai. Now let's go from there to Exodus to get the law concerning these idols. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Let's start from verse 2 for a bit of context as well. Now this law applies throughout Okay, well, listen to this. This is Exodus 20:2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Okay, because when we come out of the land of Egypt, we were in the wilderness. Okay, and the law was established through through the Lord giving it to Moses to give off to us, man. All right. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." All right, because what you had the people that were coming out of Egypt that still had in their mind, they had these different Egyptian idols. An example, a proof of that is as soon as that Moses went up to the mount. All right, what did they start doing? They started to build that calf, man, that golden calf. All right. It says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image." And by the way, the calf is still, worshipped in different forms today, man. "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Now, when you look at the ancient Egyptians, they had a lot of different, they had a different deity, man. Okay, different gods, fertility gods, this and that gods. Okay, the god of the sky, the god of the water, all of that. All right, and they're heathens. And a lot of them had, you had gods that were like, they had bird heads. It might be like a crocodile head, a feline god, based on what these animals, man. So that, that's why the scriptures say, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them." Don't worship them. Don't instill your trust and faith in them, because they're not the ones that, are running things, man. Put it that way. Okay, they're just dumb idols. "For I, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." Meaning what? You get the judgment after you play out your judgment on the earth after the reincarnation. Okay? You go up to the heavens after you live your life. You get judged. Okay? And then when you get sent back into the earth, into a new body, a newborn babe in the womb, your spirit gets put back into that body. You come out and you play out those judgments, man. That's why you get babies that are born blind with all kinds of disfigurements and different things. That's because it's a judgment of the Lord for what they did in their previous lives. Because people always say that, well, what did a baby do? Why the baby's innocent? No, well, you don't understand the Yahweh Shemel Shai. You don't understand how reincarnation works. You err not knowing the scriptures. Okay. Now let's go from there to Isaiah 44. And let's start from verse 17. And the residue thereof maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worshippeth it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, that they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire, yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree? It's people basically going into people bowing down to these idols, okay, making, sacrifice oblations to these idols. But that's what they are. They're just idols, man. They're just things carved out, man-made. It says, he feedeth on ashes. Yeah, that's the point on that one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the clip, all right? It says, Easter Island Maui walked, right? I'm going to go into a little bit of what they are. You can see pretty much, the point. I'm not going to keep playing it. just in case you get some kind of strike or something or copyright claim. But pretty much, and then by the way, this lesson that I'm doing is for education. It's educational purposes. There's no profit to be gained from this. I don't sell this, anything like that. Okay, it's scriptures say, freely ye have received, freely give. Okay, I'm just teaching according to the Bible what these things are. All right. Now let's go to the Wikipedia page for this, right? It says the Moai, or however it's Moai, statues are monolithic human figures carved by the Rapa Nui people on Easter Island in eastern Polynesia. With that's Japheth, okay? And obviously you get Israel scattered amongst them, but that's talking about the nation of Japheth. So it goes into a little bit about what they are. Now, I want to get to the point of this, right? Let's go to symbolism. Many archaeologists suggest that the statues were thus symbols of authority and power, both religious and political. But they were not only symbols. To the people who erected and used them, they were actual repositories of sacred spirit. Carved stone and wooden objects in ancient Polynesian religions, when properly fashioned and ritually prepared, were believed to be charged by a magical spiritual essence called mana. So people actually thought this thing had a spirit. It was alive, Archaeologists believe that the statues were a representation of ancient Polynesian ancestors. The Moai statues face away from the ocean and towards the villages, as if to watch over the people. The exception is the 7 Auhu Akivi, which face out to the sea to help travelers find the island. There is a legend that says there were 7 men who waited for their king to arrive. A study in 2019 concluded that ancient people believed that quarrying of the Moai might be related to improving soil fertility and thereby critical food supplies. Fertility rights. There you go. Okay. And it said what they were watching out for sea. Now, you're seafaring, or indeed doing anything, your life is in the hand of the living power, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. All right. Now, let me go from there to wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 1. It says, again, one preparing himself to sail. Okay, you're going to sail on a boat and about to pass through the raging waves, stormy weather, going across seas, calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him. People used to take these carvings of idols, okay, and trust in them, and they might clinch onto them in the middle of the storm. Okay, you can see that in all different. Well, there's examples of that when you watch like ancient movies in like Roman time or the Vikings. You got examples of that. For verily, desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill. And that's another thing. And there was a lot of there was a whole industry about this. When you read it in Acts, the people that were making silver figures onto Diana, their business was being affected, okay, by the gospel. It says, but thy providence, O Father, governeth it, for thou hast made a way in the sea and a safe path in the waves. All right. So who's it come from? The Father, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, showing that thou canst save from all danger. Ooh. So people trust in idols. Okay. You got Muslims worshipping Allah. Okay, thinking that that the God of the Quran is going to save them. Okay. But it says, showing that thou can save from all danger. The danger that you can be saved from is Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is going to do that. All right. He's a very present help in time of trouble. It says, yea, though a man went to sea without art. Nevertheless, thou wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle, and therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood, and passing through the rough sea in a weak vessel are saved. All right. And ultimately, stone, wood, these are all creations, the elements and minerals and creations, okay, of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. You're not meant to worship these things. You're meant to worship you're meant to worship the creator, not the creation. All right? You know, you got people that worship the moon, the sun. The scriptures tell you not to do that. All right? So, hey, you know, I saw this lesson and it was you know, just piqued my interest to do a video on it. And pretty much, man, all these idols are all gonna be destroyed. Okay? We're not gonna have no idols in the kingdom of heaven. All right? So, hey, Lord willing, you know, it's been an edifying lesson, just a quick one. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Shalom to the elect.